Alright, enough. Merry Christmas, first of all. You filthy animals. Stupid little... Ah! So pissed off right now. I'm also playing Baldi's Basics. Good. Good. This time, I'm not messing this stream up. There's no way. Nah. He can do whatever he wants to do, bro. I don't care. He's done. He's done. I'm making another custom level. Nice. He's done. It's gonna be even worse than ever. No, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Let me. Currently made it to 22 notebooks. Oh no. Alright, hold on. Now currently I'm pissed because first of all, I lost all of the video files. I lost all of my video projects for you guys. So, some videos that I wanted to do, you're not getting them. Blame Da Vinci. You know what? No, don't blame Da Vinci because it's not that fault. Blame the PC, bro. I just want to give a huge shout out to King of Fusion for ruining my files. God dang. Fudge. I put Chip in the room, so I'm all out raging. I feel like Goku right now. But nah. We're done. It's over. Squidward nose, Q-tip looking eye. You're done. Alright. Today! I'm so very pissed. I'm so very pissed. So you know what we're gonna do next since I'm pissed? I'm gonna piss off Baldi. Alright? I'm gonna make Baldi so mad at me. So mad! So for real! So mad! We're gonna beat Baldi's Basics plus one more goddamn time. One more. For the history books. Because if I can't beat it this year, I'm definitely not beating it next year. Alright, enough. Let's get this started before I break my setup. Let's get this started before I break my setup, because there's absolutely no way that I'm doing this. There is no way.
Oh, hi. Welcome to my super schoolhouse.
You bald piece of crap. With your Squidward nose, Q-tip head eye, long eye ruler. What you doing with it? Stupid. Hold on. You're so stupid. Hold on. Let's look. Let's peep at bro's handwriting real quick. Let's peep at bro's handwriting real quick. Cause nah. Let's peep at bro's handwriting real quick.
Thanks for playing. Come back soon.
Hello Neighbor's on sale for $6. Should I get it? You should. You should. I know I just closed the game. I know I just closed the game. I already know I closed the game. We are literally flipping 8 subs away from 300. Please sub up. Like, I'm serious. We about to hit 300. It's about to be the end of the year. All the classic remastered book. Let's. We at the Baldi wiki right now, and I'm about to show you too. We at the Baldi wiki right now. So we're at the Baldi wiki right now. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this guy's handwriting. It's worse than mine. It's worse than mine. Look at this. Y'all are wrong. Look at this spelling. Look at this spelling. Just trash spelling. Trash. Trash. I had to diss Baldi real quick. Alright, but yeah. So pissed.
Oh.
So pissed. You know what? Nah, give me 5 random numbers. Let's go. Five random numbers. Let's go. 5 random numbers. Give them to me right now. I'm gonna even put the chat on the screen so I can see y'all. Hold on. There you go. All right, chat something real quick. Chat something. Woo! Alright, 5, 63, 78, 10, and 35. I bet. 5, 6, 3, 78, 10, 35. Thank you. Alright, let's go. I'm not playing these games! Y'all remember, hold on. Y'all remember Heartstop Luke? I can't speak, I'm so sorry. Y'all remember Heartstop Lucas and how he would used to do, I'm not playing these games? That's what I'm talking about right now. I'm just mad.
Oh. Hi.
2 notebooks already. Let's go. Look at this. Ball. Stupid looking goofy. Stupid looking goofy. Look at that. 3rd notebook already. Look at that. You know what? I'm even going here. Bar. Look at that. And I'm gonna get the chalk eraser. Look at that. 3 notebooks already. Dumb bald teacher. Think you can teach? Oh nah. We know you can't teach. I'll be failing your class right now. 4th notebook. Let's go.
Congratulations! You found all 4 notebooks.
Right there.
Now all you need to do is find a way out before I catch you.
Yeah, I'm glad that thing pushes you back.
Gotta sweep.
Yeah, I'm glad that thing pushes you back. Yeah. Stupid. Let's go. Last time the principal took my run, I was so mad about that. Let's go. Round one. Let's go. Round 1. Round 1. Let's go. We ain't even gonna spend it on no stickers or nothing. We're waiting until the 4th and 5th.
Johnny. Welcome to my store.
I'm waiting until the 4th and 5th round to do stickers. But other than that, this is our main place. And right now, we don't need anything. Let's go.
I didn't really want food today anyway.
I'm trying to see if my thing will. It's probably rudely deleted. My drive has just been acting up lately. The drive is acting up. There we go. Why does it say E? Oh, I see. I know why it says E, because I put another drive in. Without the timer mechanic, it should. I'm trying to see. Customize tools, hardware, sharing. Ow! Hold on, let me figure this out. How to change the should be in drive D. I'm done. Oh my god, bro. Alright, so we just lost,
Please!
okay, so we lost that one. We lost that one. Okay. We lost that one. Okay. So we only lost a few, but you know what I was trying to do? I was trying to cheer, because I can't wait to be hunted down by February. You're gonna play that mod?
You're good.
I don't care about you. Shut up. Not you, Black Ops, not you. I'm talking about Baldi. He's just a loser. With no friends. These guys aren't even his friends. They just his self-proclaimed friends. Oh, okay, yeah, I know what you mean now. Yeah. Yeah, you can't wait. It's gonna be crazy. I should buy Hello Neighbor, but like, nah. Woo! No one saw me. Get another bar. Woo! Alright. I would definitely love to stream it in a VC. Yeah, you should. 9. I'm gonna find the key too.
I see you.
Bro, you need to shut up! You need to shut up! You snitching! I think the keys are here. Yep. Do it.
I don't like that. I see you.
Move! Oh, heck no. Come on.
I see you.
Stop snitching!
I have lost you.
7. Shut up! Shut up! You're snitching on me!
I hunt people for all eternity. Oh, no. I am coming.
Oh my god, he might have helped me.
Here I come. Will you marry me?
No fuss. Now all you need to do is
Oh,
find a way out before I catch you.
will you
This way.
marry me?
Woo!
I know you're in there.
15 seconds. Detention for you.
Woo! Come on, please! Please! Oh my god! Where's the exit? Is it right here? I think it's right here. Yep, there it is. Move on. GG's! Shut up! No! No! You snitch! You snitch! Ah! No! First try! First try! First try! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Oh, we're locked in! Oh, we locked in! We're locked in! Black Ops, we're locked in! 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 Hold the phone! We're locked in! Hold the flippin' phone, and we got the bus pass. Ayo, Black Ops, I bet you never seen this happen.
Hi, I'm Johnny. Welcome to my store.
I mean, what I could do is, the map ain't really that useful right now, so I could just give him the teleporter, and then give the bus pass to Johnny, and have a chance to get an apple, or I can buy the teleporter and do the bus pass myself and have a chance to get an apple. I'm gonna do it.
Totally worth the price. Thank you for
I just got a dangerous teleporter. Either we're cooking or we're cooked.
Let's go camping.
We're going camping. We're going camping.
Welcome to the campsite.
I know exactly which one we're doing. I cannot sell.
Let's
I can't sell! I can't sell! I can't sell! Okay. I can't sell. 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 Wait, what? Oh, I didn't see that. My fault, man. I'm selling. Bro, I'm selling. I'm selling. I'm selling. I'm selling. I'm selling. I'm selling. Where's my guy? Woo! I'm selling. I'm selling. I'm selling. Okay, any of these. Woo! Okay, bro, which one? Mustard. Wow! I got it! I got it! Okay, hold on! Hold on! Hold on, I'm locked in! Hold on, I'm locked in! Yes! Oh! I'm locked in! 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 I need mustard. Oh! I'm locked in! I'm locked in! Oh!
Great job.
Come on, apple. Wait, I have 600. I have 600. This works in my favor. No, cause listen, that works in my favor. The diamond ones give you 250. Now watch. Now watch.
Thanks. I hated that.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, you're my favorite customer.
Let's go.
See ya.
Should I get a sticker? I should get a sticker. I have 100. I should get a sticker.
That could come in handy.
You see how smart I am? Oh, it's the map one.
You're my favorite.
All right, so we have an extra life. We have 2 extra lives. Holy crap. Oh my gosh.
What? Fun.
Thank you for showing me that. And then party guys right here. Woo! Okay. I'm locked in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. What? Crazy set of items. Okay, so he's right there. I'm gonna go for this one. See what it is. Alright, it's a regular one. Look at that one. Then we get out. I'm gonna sprint. Let's go. Woo! Oh my god.
Does anyone need a checkup?
No! You idiot!
Oh, good job. That was fast.
Where's my bug catcher?
Everything looks good.
Attention! Attention, everyone! Our test procedures are imminent. We run regular tests on our super doors to make sure students can't leave before their class is over.
9,
Oh, I can't do that! 5, 6, 7, 8!
here I come. 5. Will you marry me?
I hate you.
2, 1, 0. I am coming to your door. Here I come. I have lost you. I don't like that. I have lost you. I don't like that.
I know you're in there. I know you're in there.
I could use the teleporter right now. Oh!
15 seconds. Detention.
The
for
principal!
You should know better.
No! You idiot! No! Ah! It sucks! That sucks balls! No! Ah!
I know you're in there.
I am coming with your door.
Woo!
I have lost you. I don't like that.
Oh man. I cannot sell like this.
Hi, I'm Johnny.
What's in here?
Welcome to my
Another one? Yo, what's up? Hello, what's up? We're just playing baldi. I'm mad today. I'm just mad. Welcome to the stream. Hey, we need like 8 more subscribers until we hit 300 on YouTube. So if you don't mind like hitting that sub button for me, I appreciate that. We're just gonna get some more stickers.
Tell
Please
me
tell me we
worth
can
the
get the good
price.
ones. Okay? Okay? Okay. Now, I know. So technically, hold on. Oh, I can't do it yet because I don't have the flipping. You know what? I'm gonna get it. Give me like 2 seconds. I'm gonna get it. Wake up. Here, this is. Okay. All right. Technically, I could use this for I could use this for the 5th floor if I even make it to the 5th floor. I can use this now. I can use these 2 now and then wait for this. That is a good idea. I'm gonna do that. No, not that one. No, move. Hey, there's the cough. Oh. You good? You good? Bro, you good? Okay.
You're my favorite customer. See ya.
Arr. Oh, it's not working yet. Hold on, let me put that on. My fault. I forgot to turn that on. Oh, I do? Just turn it on. I'm turning it on right now. Yeah, it's turning on. Alright, you ready? Do it. Because I know you want to. Go ahead, do it. I know you want to. I need to stop making myself laugh, like seriously. Alright, I'm mad. No, that was the speed thing. Y'all know, goody 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 goo. Y'all know, yeah, it's that one. The speed rage bait, yeah.
What?
This is so stupid. Hey, what's up, twin? What's this one? 2? Alright, man. Laughing, making you happy. I love that. I love laughing. We did a challenge not too long ago where if we laughed, I would die in Fortnite. So that's why I said I need to stop laughing. Okay, so the banana one is right here, right? Okay. The notebook one is right here. Yes! Yes! Oh, I love you! Oh, I love you! Oh, I love you! I love you so much! Oh, I love you! I love you, I love you, I love you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all of the rest of these gotta go. Where is that extra balloon? I ain't running, cuz. I'm not running. He heard that. 6 minus 1, that's 5. Come on, do high. Come on. I'm not running. Chill out. Gotta go this way. So he's far, but he's not that far. You had to do that. Baldi's basics, but ChatGPT controls Baldi trust. Shoot! Don't tell me he's gonna follow me. He's not following me. Trust! Where am I? Faculty, I'm in the faculty. There's the door right here. The door's right here. Sorry. No. Not in here, trust. Okay, so now I can't see that one. Okay, that's balls. Okay, that's a banana. That's the
Looks like my fog machine is malfunctioning again. I can barely see anything.
bananas.
Fast? Uh-oh.
He didn't hear that. Oh, that was so happy. He didn't hear that. Okay. Where am I on the map right now? Insane clutches? I know. He's gonna start coming for me. He can't see. No one can. Baldi is on his way for my butt. Pause. Okay, so we've already been in that classroom. You idiot. I'm dead.
No running
See?
around.
That wasn't so bad.
Detention for you.
I hunt people for all eternity.
We run regular tests on our super doors to make sure students can't leave before their class is over.
Where am I?
6, 5,
Okay, where am I on the map? Yeah, ChatGPT would just cheat, to be honest with you. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to go this way, and then we need to go down all the way over here. So there's 2 notebooks right here. And we have how many? Okay. So 6, then 7's right there. And then 8 is right here, but I don't know where 9 is. That's good. That's going to be a problem. I think 9 might be over here or somewhere we haven't explored yet. I'm gonna keep doing, or it might be over here. Yo, you think it might be over here? In this area, it might actually be over here. It only hits you and not anybody else when he's chasing you. I only hate it when he doesn't hit Baldi. Cause if he hits Baldi and it didn't happen to me now, but still. Okay. So. Okay, that's not it. We might have to make a detour. We might have to make a detour. We're gonna make a detour.
I have
Because of Baldi, we're gonna make a detour. I think our best strategy was to use the... Okay, we don't wait on him. Okay, go, please. The map canonically can pause time. It does. Alright, I can't wait no more.
I am coming, ready order.
Alright.
Or here I come.
Okay.
You got it. An apple for me?
Fine!
Thanks.
I'm already dead, bro. Like, it's over. The game's already over. We were doing so good, guys. Guys, we were doing so good. And then, that happened. about to die. Like, it's over. Move! Bro!
Faster next time.
Move!
Try again.
You stupid doctor! No! I'm getting Mario Karty. I'm getting Mario Karty. Yes! Take him away! Take him away! Did I already get that notebook? I did. Okay, where's the other one? I'm gonna go down. That thieving son of a gun.
Looks like the league's leaking again. Watch out for the world!
Imagine if Baldi just like pops up out of nowhere and then just kills me. Yes! Wait, what? A weaker version of the apple? That is a good idea. There should be a weaker version. Alright, but where am I? I am right here where we just... We were just here! Oh my gosh. Guys, I need a minute. I need a minute. We were just here! What are we doing? Just freaking here. Oh my gosh. We were just here! We were just here, bro. We were just here, bro. We were just here. Apple slices, yes. Apple slices. Apple slices. Trust. Nope. 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 Didn't I just go back and jinx that he was gonna be here? No. Black Ops and Jackson's. Didn't I literally just say? What if Baldi literally just teleported in front of me? Didn't I just say that? I mean, it's just funny. Like, didn't I just say that? Okay, because I'm not delusional. This whole round just has to go wrong. Thank you for the follow. This whole round just has to go wrong. I do not care about dumb extra viewers. Yes! Get rid.
I am coming, ready
Oh, here's
or
the
no,
next
here I come.
Viewer. Coffee.
Will you marry me? I have lost you. I don't like that.
Okay. Ah! God dang it! God dang it! God dang it! God dang it! Oh my gosh! Okay, so now we know where all nine of the notebooks are. I'm gonna get rid of them. I'm gonna get rid of them because I'm tired of these bots. Like, seriously, I'm tired of them. I'm getting rid of them. Possible ban evader. Monitoring. No, ban him. I'm banning you. Get banned. Get banned, little bro. Yep, we banned him. Don't be. Alright. Don't go too far. Don't go too far. Jackson, don't go too far. We're not going that far. But yeah, go subscribe to the channel. We need like flipping 8 more. I'm gonna show. Hold on, before we continue this dumb game. Yeah, you're not surviving, bro. Oh my gosh.
I'm Johnny. Welcome to my store.
My gosh. There is no. I had a dirty chalk eraser the whole time and I didn't use it. I had a dirty chalk eraser the whole time and I didn't use it. I had a dirty chalk eraser the whole time and I didn't use it. I had a dirty chalk eraser the whole time and I didn't use it. I had a dirty chalk eraser and I did not use it the entire time. I do not care. I had a chalk eraser the whole time and I didn't use it. You know what?
I love those.
You gotta go.
Try again when you have more youth up. I'll take care of it.
Thank you for taking care of it for me, God. Johnny, thank you for taking
Say
care of
hi
it.
to Baldi for me.
I will use this when the time comes. But as of right now, I'm taking my other chalk eraser and I'm leaving. So when Baldi comes near... Okay, Jackson's and Black Ops, listen. When Baldi comes near, I want to see if this is a good plan. What I'm thinking is, we get 4 encounters for this last round. We get 4 encounters. Alright? The first and second encounters, we use the chalk eraser. So if he's coming near, wherever we are, like if we're in a room, it's louder than me, good. Thank you for telling me. It's louder than me, good. Thank you for telling me. I needed that. I feel like I just need to turn everything down, bro. Why is the music louder than me? That's my question. I was gonna say, okay, so thank y'all for telling me, because every time we do one of these streams, something always goes wrong. So this is captured. Come on. Okay, I can see it. I'm gonna turn you down to 6. Okay. Alright, is this better? This is better. Was that better or does it need to be lower? It's at 9.4. That's better? Okay. Alright. Let's think about this. Alright, before we think about this, I just need y'all, hold on. Before we think about it, let me get to this real quick. Alright, hold on. Oh, it's in Dell, my bad. Dell. I said Dell. Not that Dell, the other oh, we are in Dell, my fault. Alright, hold on. Guys, before we continue, I just want to give a huge and quick shout out to my YouTube. Really quickly. Alright, yeah, that works. Alright, so like, hello. This is me. So this is my channel. Y'all need to just go sub right now, because we're about to hit 300 by the end of the year. I know, it's a lot, but like, flip, I've been at this for like 2 years now. No, not 2 years, this is like the middle of my second year. And, I recently got banned off of YouTube streaming because like I was a year younger than the required limit now. So that's why I'm here. So I've been at this for y'all should be expecting at least 2 videos from me today if I just get this Da Vinci thing situated. But other than that, go sub and try to get me to like 300 before like the end of the year, because it's literally the 26th. We got like 4 days left, bro. If we could get 8 subs before the end of the year, like we got like 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and then yeah, we got like 5 days left. So if we can get 8 subs in 5 days, that'd be crazy. I want to see that happen. But anyways, back to the plan. Wrong song. All right, Black Ops, Jackson's. Think with me here. I feel like if we do this correctly, we might be able to win this, and we might be able to move on to the 4th round. What I'm thinking is, we think about encounters, right? So each encounter, we're gonna waste 4 items. And in those 4 items, we gonna alright, just hear me out, The first 2 encounters have to be precise. Alright, so we're working frame perfect here. So we have to be in a room, and Baldi has to be in the hallway. And we have to use the chop eraser. Then he just moves. But if we're in a room but it has to be like in one of the matching rooms, that's why I got 2. Because I know I'm gonna be able to get 2 of them, and then the rest. So, we need to do the chop eraser for 2 of the rooms. The dangerous teleporter is before we use the apple, and then the apple is last. That's what I'm thinking. If we can do that, and stock up on sodas and zesty bars. I don't know why they call it zesty bars. What? Now I'm thinking. Hold on. If they call, no, I'm not gonna say that. Cause if I say that, I'm gonna get canceled. No, never mind. I need to shut up. Let's keep going. I need to shut up. The way Baldi works, also I believe the way Baldi works is he uses ray casting. Oh, I'm about to check what that. I'm about to check what the hell that is. So whenever he sees you, the new target is where you are. Oh. Okay. You might have actually helped me. So we're gonna still use the same seed, but we're not gonna we're not gonna give up until I actually like beat Baldi. Did you hear that, Black Ops? Did you hear that, Black Ops? Are we good? Or are we not good? And then we have to make another plan. Cause I'm telling you, we got this. All right, but yeah, I think we can do it. Let's crazy work. Yes! Alright, bet. Say freaking less. Say freaking less. Let's freaking go. Alright. Alright. Let's go.
What? Alright.
Alright, let's go. This one. Baldi's right there. Banana? Okay. Baldi? Okay. chill out. Okay. Is there any ones that I'm not? Okay, there's no green one. I gotta take the apple. No. Oh. I don't care. We gotta get out of here. What the heck? Oh my god! I cannot wait to edit this, bro. I cannot wait to edit this. A failed baldi run. I can't. So no matter what, if this thing goes well or not, I cannot. That was such a perfect setup. Hey, Jackson, you know you can do that too. All you have to do is just put in the command and that's it. Alright, we gotta take our time on this one. Puppy. I see baldi. I see an apple. I see an apple. Apple on apple. I see a puppy. Fuck. You did not hear that! Ah!
I see you. I am coming, ready or no, here I come.
Okay, well, he heard me. Okay, I can do this one. Apple, banana, banana, banana. Baldi, baldi. Notebook. Apple. Apple, apple. Give me the apple!
Attention! Attention everyone! Test procedure is imminent. We run regular tests on our super doors to make sure students can't leave before their class is over.
No, 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 no! Oh my god! Oh! Bro, that's crazy! Nah, get a replay on that! Somebody 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 get a replay on that! Oh nah! Oh my god, I can stand. That's such a good idea!
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
It's a party hat. Nope, puppy. Party hat.
You're doing fantastic.
Puppy.
I can't believe it. You're incredible.
Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. You motherfucker. Wait, I just wasted a chalk eraser. Principal! I love you. And he's right there. I end up back here. he didn't.
Good job. That was fast. The test results are indisputable.
Okay, we already went in here, but I'm gonna take that. Hey, wait. Y'all see? Techno boots. I need the techno boots.
Looks like the wind's leaking again. Watch out for the world.
What's up, Prince? Okay. Okay. So we're gonna go down. And then up, I think. B soda was the best. Right there, and then where else are we going? Oh, hold on. I actually want to do that. Hold on. Where are we going? I don't know where we're going. Oh, they don't have it. Hold on. Man, never mind. Where are we going? I have no clue. So I know the 8th notebook is right here. And we are nowhere near it. However, this pathway is looking a bit sus. I knew it! And we're down here so we can get that notebook. Oh my god, we're goated. We're goated. Okay, so should... Okay, guys. Big decision. Mark things like on the map with right click? No, like that's what these are for. Right here. You should be able to see it outside of the map. You should. Okay, guys, hold on. Where should we go? Should we go for this notebook right here, and then go for this notebook right here? Or should we go for this one and then go for this one? There is an exit up here, but there's 2 exits right here. But then there's also 2 exits right. Oh, I know exactly what notebook we have to go for. We got to go for this one. You want to know why we got to go for this one? Because this one, then we can go this way, and we can circle back this way, and then we can go 2, 3, and then go all the way 4. No casualties, no people getting hurt, nothing. Let's go. We might actually have a chance. So we gotta turn around. You mother... Ooh. You better teleport me right where I want you to. You better teleport me right where I want. Okay, so apparently we're going for this note. Wait, no, this is actually golden. Hold on. Because if we go for this one, that's crazy. All right, here's my thinking. So if we go this way, right, and we get this one, and then we go all the way, circle around, we go this way. We can just go 1, 2, and then 3, 4. And we have the apple too. Alright, bet. Baldi had to be this way. No way. following me. Okay, hold on. Oh, we went the wrong way. We're cooked.
Gotta sweep, sweep, sweep! Gotta sweep, 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 sweep! Gotta sweep, sweep, sweep!
Okay, hold on. We went the wrong way again. Yeah, we went the wrong way again. Oh, nah, he's following me.
Play with someone.
Get baldi first.
I know you're in there.
Was that the notebook I needed? Okay, no. So we gonna keep going up there again.
Rain. See? That wasn't so bad. 4, 5. Let's play. Let's play again. Sometimes.
I am coming, ready or no, here I come.
I'll test your reflexes. My test will heal, but heal you.
You! There's no way. I'm dead.
Ready? Go! That makes me
Now all you need to do is
my test.
find a way out before I catch you.
Anyone
I
feeling
know
down?
you're in there.
See me.
No! Oh my gosh. There's no way.